Okay, good morning. Sorry guys, I think we started the wrong stream there. But we are back. We are back. The opening bell. Still not. What the fuck? Is it the right one now, Mo?
Let me check.
Am I on the right stream?
Okay, we ended this one. Let's see again.
Is that the one we ended?
No, this is the one you should have been on in the first place.
The one I'm on now?
Yeah, the one we're on right now.
Okay.
Apologize to your viewers.
Sorry guys, so we are on the, are we on the right one now? Amos, good morning. Amos, did you join the scheduled stream? Just let me know. I'll appreciate that if you can just let me know, because there were two streams that were locked in. So if you can just let me know on which one you joined. Maybe just delete the other one in the meantime. Alright guys, if you missed it, we are bullish on the day for DXY. We did also mention that we will potentially be looking at a reversal play today, so just keeping that in mind. Just thought I would let you know. So we are potentially looking for some reversals. GBP USD also bearish on the day. We're going to monitor Asia highs, still trading above the pivot for now. I do think if we can continue higher, stay above Asia highs, which is also the round number, that will be sweet. And then USDs are bearish on the day. We've had two consecutive bearish days. Remember I told you guys this is a potential swing high. So bearish on the day. I was looking for sells yesterday, nothing clean presenting itself on that front. But this morning, already trading below Asia lows, trading below the daily pivot. Let's see if we can catch some sells on Asia lows. Gold, I am tilted bullish. Remember yesterday we mentioned closed bearish right up against this past support area. Also mentioned potential pullbacks, and we are busy with that pullback. So Asia highs and lows. Currently rejecting Asia highs, creating like some type of equal high. Trading above the daily pivot. We'll see. Gonna wait for markets to open. Either gonna take some buys above the Asia high, or we're gonna see our price pulls back to this 1922 area. Other than that, still within the Asia range. Pound yen, yesterday bearish, today again. If we pull a line right here, you can see that price barely closed below it. We already broke yesterday's lows and now starting to reverse. So let's see. I am bearish on the day. However, we already took the lows and now we are trading back at the highs, also back at the daily pivot. Also the round numbers, so weirdly enough 184. If we can pull up above that area, I'll be looking for buys. Otherwise I will be looking for some selling opportunities on pound yen. USD JPY, let's quickly run through it. I'm tilted to the bearish side due to the fact two consecutive bearish daily candle closures. We have potentially already tested that area, but I'm going to stay bearish on the day. And if I look at the 5 minutes, let's see where we are. We are pushing bullish currently, trading below the daily pivot. Asia high up there, Asia low all the way down here. Keeks, did we have some Asia news last night? Because the Asian, oh yeah, I see
I think it was like early hours.
Yeah. Okay, so we did have some JPY news coming out overnight, because quite a big move on the JPY pairs, almost 78 pips. All right, guys, I am leaning short on USD JPY. However, if we can get above Asia highs, above the daily pivot, I'll still be looking for longs due to the fact that market structure is still bullish, the weekly is still bullish, and this could all have been a pullback to continue higher again. Nasdaq. I got wrecked on Nasdaq yesterday. I'll show you the trade now. Nasdaq, I am bearish. Closed bearish below this previous area of resistance. We've got this entire wick to fill. So I'm gonna go with a bearish bias for the day. And where can we sell from? Weekly pivot up here. Asia high down here. Let me just pull this down. Asia high up there, Asia low here. So trading quite a bit above the Asia range, above the daily pivot. Interesting. Accumulation distribution still bearish. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna mark out this weekly pivot for potential shorts. Not necessarily gonna sell this afternoon, but for this morning session, I want to mark that area. I just want to see what the Hang Seng did overnight. Hang Seng closed down 1%. All right, so we could potentially get some contagion from there. Dow Jones closed bullish, still closed below this area though. The weekly bias is bearish. How deep do we pull back? I don't know. We'll see on the lower time frames where we are. Starting to flip bullish now again. Just want to mark out our Asia range. That's our Asia range low right here. Asia range high is sitting right about this level here. Currently pushing bullish. Just want to mark our Asia high. Alright guys, above the daily pivot we are already up about, okay, not a lot, 0.12. It is weird, I've got some conflicting views on US 30 and NAS, but I am still gonna potentially lean to the short side on this. If we push up now, I'll be looking for shorts. So let's say from here we open up, we push up all the way straight to R1, I'll be looking for shorts. But if we start pulling back to the Asia highs and we start holding it, I'm going to look for longs again. So I don't want to trade it here. I either want to short here somewhere, or I want to long here. But we were hunting this reversal yesterday. We were sitting here in the office. Keeks took a little knock here. Then he got an awesome trade later on in the evening. Then he caught it here above the pivot. Pushed up about 78 pips. Stopped him out at break even. My trade yesterday, I took... Let me show you exactly where I took my trade. So... we had this drop down to S2. Just want to run you guys through it. S2 yesterday, straight move down. I looked back at the previous day, what happened at S2. This is what happened on Wednesday at S2. I was expecting more or less the same thing to happen. What happened on Wednesday to happen on Thursday. It did happen, however, this is exactly how the trade played out. Let me just show you guys. So while we were trading down here and I saw the accumulation distribution is starting to push back up, and we had this candle closure right here. On this candle closure, I entered longs because the 80 then fell in line with longs right there. And it was this minor type of structure break. Not really breaking the structure, but it's some type of double bottom, but it is an engulfing candle as well. And I entered on the close of this candle with a 40-point stop right there. My target was to 700, just below the S1, somewhere there. And this is how it played out. Nice push up, came back down, boom, knocked my teeth out, and away she goes. So that is part of it, guys. Literally got nipped out. Right idea, maybe just wrong timing. But that is the analysis for the morning. Chef, good morning, my brother. Blessed freaking Friday, y'all. Jeez. As promised, we will share the Discord link as well today. There's just some running modifications that will still take place on it, but for the most part it is there. And we called it 2G's Trading. If you were wondering, that's the name of the community, 2G's. Played around with a few names and that's what we came up with. Andrew, good morning. Elson, Antonio, good morning. Good morning. Carl Mangan, good morning. Carl, did we invite you for tonight? If not, send me a WhatsApp for the launch event. There's 1 or 2 open spaces, so for you and your partner, send me a message, Carl, and I will get your invite. Caitlin is no. Yeah, is Carl Mangan on the Carl Mangan? In Cape Town. No, don't stress. Carl's in Cape Town.
So Chris, you're gonna try again in GU today.
I deleted it off the watch list. I'm done with that thing, bro. Guys, what
I really am kicking myself though. Like the more and more I'm looking at US City, I really am kicking myself.
You
Like
should
I've
have.
been preaching it to you. Just do it myself.
What's that? Set and forget.
Yeah. Like it wasn't even massive drawdown. Like, and the thing is, it's not that I had my stop loss at break even, and then I literally was walking out the gym, and I was like, do I set and forget, or do I just put it at break even? And I was like, going back and forth the whole time, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just set that break even. If it's meant to be, it will be. And obviously, it tapped me out, and then carried on.
Did I WhatsApp you the Discord link? I did. Just want to drop it here for the lads. Right, guys, link will be dropped in 3, 2, 1. Link incoming.
There you go, guys. Now you have full access to pester Chris with your questions whenever you feel like it.
Not really. Not really. Alright, guys, today we are having on Giano. Giano is joining the chat very shortly. He's in the waiting room. I'm gonna make him wait a few more minutes before we get started. I just want to see where we are with the market, so we can still potentially execute. And again, gonna introduce him, gonna have some questions, also gonna throw some questions over to the floor to you guys to ask him, and that will be done shortly after the introductions.
Quick question. I think I was just busy earlier. You are bullish on gold now, hey?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Only
It's
thing
one of
is,
those moments, it's bullish, but everything to me is pointed for a sell.
yeah, my thing now is the accumulation distribution is pointing down. It's already at R2, and also it already rejected Asia highs. So unless we do something like this, I can't really get bullish on this. Giano, how's it going, man? You are muted, my brother. If you can just unmute yourself.
I'm awesome, man. How you doing? You good?
Good, man.
Hey, hi, Keegan.
That's my buddy. Welcome to the show, bud.
Thanks, man. Amazing and honored to be here, actually. Eh?
Giano, are you sitting in the back of a limo there or what? What's happening?
Yes, I'm on my way to the golf course now. About to have a kick-ass day. Sorry. Censor
It's
that out.
tough. It's tough out there in Namibia, guys. That's why I got Giano on.
Proper trader's life.
Yeah, we out
Yes,
here
sir.
grinding daily. This man's on his way to the golf course in a limo. Giano, thank you for joining, man. I actually had a
Awesome.
podcast last year with Giano. Giano is based in Namibia, Windhoek, if I'm correct, Giano.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I was lucky enough quite a few years ago while I was in engineering. I did quite a big project in Namibia and was there every other week. Beautiful place. I really suggest, if you've got the means to do it, to go and check it out. Windhoek and obviously the surrounds there. But Giano is is a young and upcoming trader. They established the Vault Markets brand in Namibia. I think it's the only broker in Namibia. And
Yes, sir.
it's been a year now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's been a year and 4 months actually.
And how's it going?
Oh, things are awesome. Clientele is amazing. People are loving trading, especially the approach that we bring to the table. So yeah, you know, I've actually learned a lot from you, Chris. Actually learned a lot from you since our last podcast, which was somewhere last year, I think.
Yeah, we actually had a session afterwards. I think 1 or 2 sessions afterwards, where I just shared some insights to Gianna. I see he's been implementing it on US30, if I'm not mistaken. I can see those levels on your charts, but yeah, no, it's great. That's one of the big reasons why we do these streams as well, to educate, to help, and just share knowledge. It's not about competing. Again, it's about collaborating, and because all of us at the end of the day, we're competing against the market, we're not competing against ourselves. Giano, Namibia, been there all your life?
Yeah, basically born and raised in Namibia. Know most of the places here. So it's amazing. Small country, very small population, but still we're dominating. Also,
just want to give a shout out. I don't know if he made the squad again, but a very good friend of mine that played Varsity Cup with me, Tommaso Forbes, played in the 2019 World Cup. Tommaso, if you are watching, I actually want to see the Namibian squad quickly. But anyways, if you made the squad again this year, all of the best. He's heading off to Japan to go and play some rugby there. And
as in Japan, as in the thing, or the World Cup? I say World Cup's in France.
No. So he played in Japan in the World Cup, and is now heading to Japan to play for a club there. So I don't know if he made the squad. He was in I would say the bigger squad. But I just want to check, guys, actually, while we've got it on here. Giano, quick one. How's the trading been going? From the looks of it, I can see you are doing well. Is it going well?
Yeah, no, definitely. Trading has been actually booming these past few months, with the market more or less, pushing into a proper direction. If it goes, it goes. If you're late, you're late. But applying proper risk management at the end of the day really helped me get through this. And as I said, after I had that session with you the last time, a lot of things changed, gave me a whole new perspective. Trading is never just what you see, but it's basically what you feel as well, where emotion comes in and all of this. But nonetheless, trading has been good. I've been profitable these past few months. But for the year overall, overturn has been amazing. Turnover has been amazing. So yeah,
I saw you smacked it. I think it was a few weeks ago. Was it 160,000 rand, or how much was it?
Yeah, so a few weeks ago I made about 150,000 K. 1,000K.
How much?
Yeah, about 150K. So
what did you spend it on? Have you spent it?
No. I don't really spend my trading money. Basically what I do, I reinvest. Or I would, start up. Push it into a startup, like a proper money returning.
I've got a startup here in SA. But the thing is, we don't start up. You just send me that money.
But yeah, Gianna, I think a question based on that now, Chris stating that, is that for you, like, was that one of your biggest trading days, or is that kind of a good day, is it an average day, like how around about in your thing, if you want to put that out there?
Okay, yeah, so no, definitely my biggest trading day was actually September 27th 2021. You can go back on US30 and you can go see the proper bullish impulse that came on September 27th, and I made about 500K on that trade, proper trade. So that was my biggest trade. This one was just a side project.
Yeah, that is proper.
500K. When was this?
Yes. This was September 27th. You can go back on US 30 and go see the nice bullish impulse on that day. And that was actually the day I closed. So I started starting the 27th. The 17th. Entered the trades and then closed on 27th, and it was amazing. A whole 10-day hold. It was a day.
Was it last year? Last year or?
It was the 27th of September 2021.
Oh, okay. Gianna, how's your family doing? I saw you were in an accident. I think you guys hit an oryx.
Yeah, we hit an oryx. Trying to come from the farm at 12 o'clock at night. Wasn't really the best choice, I guess. But everyone is safe. Minor injuries, very minor injuries actually, but overall it was an amazing weekend.
Jono, do you come from money? Be honest, you don't have to lie.
Well, I don't come from money, but I come from comfortability.
Okay.
So very much comfortable, not some nights we couldn't eat. But there was on Sundays when we are already full.
No, the reason why I say that is the guys there in Namibia, gigs driving SRT 8s and Trackhawks, and that's like the standard go around vehicle.
Yes. And for the forex traders, Golf 7 GTI or Golf R, that's the way to go in Namibia. You made it as a forex trader if you drive that.
Giano, then the other thing I wanted to ask you is obviously we had our call last year. I helped you tweak a few things. If you can give some advice as to, and especially after we chatted, because I know your charts they were quite busy, not in a bad sense. Yeah. But there was a lot of things that we took out to clean up the chart for you to actually look at less things. And what did you really change from a year ago to where you are now? And if you can just let the viewers know, because I know everybody ultimately is looking for some type of breakthrough or some type of light bulb moment. And if you can share some insights, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I actually also thought like that. I had that same thought process where I thought that there was a piece of information or there was just something that I lacked that would automatically spike my breakthrough. However, it came with consistency. It came with applying what you know, what you learn consistently, and basically applying risk management. But overall, if I can say, from our last chat, I would say that wait for the market and don't try to think for the market. Rather wait for the market, wait for your moves to play out, and then take a trade. Most of the times we want to over capitalize on a daily basis, but that's not the way to go, because remember, with every reward there comes risk. Risk is unavoidable. You cannot avoid risk. So you will have to calculate your risk to reward and basically just wait for the market to give you confirmation on your trades.
I think we've said that actually so many times before on the lives, and I think even previously with Kyle, we actually mentioned it, that sometimes one of the hardest things with trading is literally just sitting there and waiting the whole time for that move.
Not trading is also trading.
Yeah.
That is the hardest. We've talked about it. Not pressing the button, sitting on your hands. That is the most difficult thing. If the market is moving, you're in trades, you're out of trades, it feels great, but there are times when there's nothing and you need to literally sit on your hands and wait. And a lot of times we fail to do that, and that is when we get hurt in the markets. Jono, other question is, when are you inviting us for a hunting trip there? That is my other big question. When are you hosting us?
Very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Yeah, we're currently building a lodge up in the north, so very soon you're more than welcome to join us. Come for your hunting. Come for just a breakaway, from the markets, from the charts.
Is it there in Gobabis or where is it? Up,
No,
up.
it's all the way in the north in Katima.
Okay, Katima. How far from Windhoek?
Oh, it's about same distance from Namibia to Cape Town, 1,500, 1,000,
Okay.
1,500. Yeah.
Keegan, you heard it here, guys. You heard it in the chat. Joanna is going to host us for a hunting trip. We're also going to maybe do like some type of outreach there to the other traders, host maybe an event. I think with the things coming up next week and the week after that, there's quite a hype in terms of what we're doing with Vault and something else that we will disclose in coming weeks. But I feel like it's great what you guys are doing in Namibia. We officially launching tonight the Port Elizabeth office as well. We've got the launch event here. And a lot of what we're doing is partnered with Vault. And I think it's a very solid brand. I see a lot of other brokers popping up, but Vault for the most part is doing the right things at the right time and making sure that the clients have a good experience, and not just that, from a regulatory point of view, they're also doing things the right way. So therefore I think it's almost 4 years where I've not partnered with a broker, and my partnership with them, basically I suss them out all the way from compliance to client support, all of that, and that is when I felt comfortable. So we also just want to thank Vault Markets for giving us this opportunity, because ultimately without the broker, there's it, Vault Markets Namibia, without the broker as a trader, if you're struggling on that front, the markets are already hard to trade. That's why I need a good broker. So thanks so much for Vault Markets for everything they do. So Joanna, obviously not trading today. How did the week go?
The week, positive. That's all I care about. Positive. Yesterday I took a bit of a beating, lost about 500 bucks. But yeah, so overall the week was amazing. I followed the trend perfectly. I just like to know what's your bias on DXY, man.
DXY. So I had a good start to the week, and then I started preempting moves yesterday. Like I was preempting the reversal on US 30. I was preempting the reversal on Nasdaq. I actually showed the guys earlier. I literally got pipped out and it reversed because due to the fact that I've seen it so many times, if you've got like 3-4 days of decline on the indices, one of those days you are gonna reverse. But anyways, DXY, I started off my week with a bullish bias, and let me actually just get the week on here before we start. Reason why I was bullish, I also mentioned it to the guys, is that, and Joanna, I think you also know how I trade. I just look for ranges, and last week we closed above this previous area of resistance, that flat body resistance. Remember, I don't really consider the wicks when it comes to like a structure break or when it comes to continuation trades. But I saw that we were still bullish, and I also mentioned to the stream that I would not short into a weekly bullish candle. I also mentioned that we can potentially go all the way up here to 105.30, and we can also potentially find some type of resistance here. So if we close on the weekly, like even somewhere in this range, next week most likely will be the week where we can create the bottom wick and then push up. And I think this is our next area of major contention, where we can either start pulling down, because we've had 8 weeks of consecutive bullish price action up into another area of potential resistance. So somewhere along the line we are going to have to go into secondary market structure to create that pullback. So my weekly bias was bullish at the start of the week. On the daily time frame, let's quickly look at the daily. You all know that Friday I expect some type of pullback. That is just standard for me. We've pushed up basically 3 days. We've already broken yesterday's low, so I'm still bullish technically on the day. My thing is, where are we going to close? Let me just, not 5 months, apologies, 5 minutes. My thing is, what are we going to do at the daily pivot? 105, also around institutional number. If we are going to reject there, I will start flipping bearish. And the other scenario is if we start continuing lower and we start rejecting these Asia lows, I will look for bearish continuation, but technically still bullish on the day. Just keeping in mind that Fridays we can trade into the opposite end of the range. So that's my bias. And you?
I'm basically very, I want to say not on the same level, but on the same bias, with the same bias. Your bias, because a lot of I want to consider them professional traders. They are also bullish on the dollar, including yourself and Keegan. So yeah, I just want to know. So for example, how do you correlate that with stocks? Is it possible to correlate them with stocks, DXY with stocks?
Yeah, so you can definitely. I've shown the guys as well, and let me actually take this off quickly. Just want to take the pivots off, and let's put on US30 here, for instance. It's very easy to do the correlation, and I'll show you guys now, and we can go to, let's say, a 4-hour time frame. So technically how the correlations work between DXY and between stocks, there are times when, let me actually just remove all the drawings quickly. I think there's a way here. Apologies, let me just move this. So there are times where the dollar and stocks will go higher, but for the most part they are inversely correlated. So I've got US30 and the dollar overlaid here on one another. And on the weekly time frame, let me rather go to the weekly time frame, and then we can clearly see it. So let me just clear this up a bit. So you will see that there is a definite inverse relationship between the dollar and stocks, but there was also a time, 2021, when we had all of that stimulus where the dollar, there was high demand for dollar. You could see the dollar was pushing up and US30 was pushing up at the same time. US30 started dropping due to the fact that we entered that rate hike period. So all of this was during that period where inflation was high. If you look at this box here on the DXY, and stocks came down due to the risk of inflation, due to tighter financial conditions. And now again, you can see the inverse correlation back in play again. So you can literally see as the dollar is pushing up, you had that push up in US30 as well, but then started coming back down again due to the fact that a stronger dollar is not positive for stocks. It's not positive for emerging markets, and it's usually a risk off sign as well, because the dollar is still a hedge of safety against any downturn. So for me, the correlations are always bullish dollar, bearish US30, bearish gold. But again, I think I've mentioned it to you as well in the past, there were times when gold, dollar, they were correlated. They were positively correlated due to the fact that there was quite a bit of market risk ongoing. There are also times where all three can rally together. It's not to say that it's always like that, but I think with the monetary environment we're in now, a stronger dollar is not necessarily positive for stocks. And also a weaker dollar, once we start cutting rates, is also not necessarily going to be positive. because there's going to be a reason why they are cutting rates. There's going to be some type of slowdown in the economy. There's going to be some banks that are defaulting. Something's going to happen. If you go back to all of our previous times when rates were this high, the Fed were forced to cut quickly due to the fact that something happened. Something broke in the markets, something broke in the bond market, either the capital market. But ultimately, I think they're going to keep rates this high up until something breaks. I think either it's going to be like some type of default rate in the housing market in the US, or one or two banks are going to fail and bust, and the Fed's going to have to bail them out. Keeks, any questions for Gianno before we let him go and play? What's your tea time, Gianno?
Our tea time will be at 10.
Okay, so we've got a few minutes. Keeks?
I think the first one is, I think, going back to that, obviously that trade, you did hold that one, but I think in general, do you like prefer calling yourself, if you want to label it, like a day trader? But then also with your strat, are you more a swing trader, a sculptor? How's your more preferable trading strategy?
I'd like to identify when exactly to scalp and when exactly to swing. So I love looking at US30 on my major levels. So during the time when I'm waiting for the market to reach my daily or my weekly level, I would then basically, scalp in between. And then once we get to a certain area of interest, then I would go long. You understand? I would go of long short, like for a long period of time, right? But mostly, for most of this year, I've been a scalper. And then entering like the third cycle or the third quarter, then I would more or less swing.
Okay. I think I really like what you said there, because I actually had this conversation with someone the other day where I said, as traders, we always talk about that we need to adapt to the market, but also adapt to what we see in the market. And for example, a lot of us will classify or label as a day trader, but I think what you said is pretty spot on. That you need to be able to see those times where you can swing the market to really get the max out of it. But then there is those times you sculpt it. So it's not that you should label yourself as one or the other, but more react to what you see on the market.
Exactly.
Gianno, sorry man, do you have like some type of device plugged into your because I don't know if it's peaking, but it's giving like this little bit of a crackle at the end. Geeks, you also hear it, eh?
I don't know. No.
Like a little bit.
Okay.
I don't have. I think it's so the golf course is right next to the airplay, the S strip. So it might be the
okay, no stress, guys. In the chat, I'm gonna open up the floor. Some questions for Gianno. I think it's time that we
anything, guys. Anything.
Ask this man anything. He's not a scammer. You won't see a scammer on here, so you don't have to ask him whether he scams. He's a genuine dude. I only get genuine people on here, so don't ask anything about that. But
I think another quick one, sorry Chris, is how long have you been in the game? Because I think another one we always need to put out to people is trading isn't that overnight success. It's the raw truth. You're not going to get into trading and quit your day job in a week's time and do this full time. So yeah, exactly. Just like, I mean, how long have you been in the game now?
Okay, so I'm 23 now, guys. My age is 23, and I've been in this game since 2016, meaning I was 16 when I started. So it's about 7 years now. Lived through the crash of COVID, lived through the rise, the pre-COVID. But overall, for about 7 years, this is my 7th year entering now, and it's honestly the greatest feeling ever to be a trader. Oh, best job.
But I must say, so I mean, you and me are basically the same age. I'm 24 at the moment, so it's quite interesting seeing the younger guys coming into this. But I must say, what was it that you got in so early? The fact, like you said, you've been trading since 2016. What was it that got you into it then, so young?
Okay, so we're gonna get a bit personal now. So what happened was, I had a baby on the way at 16,
Ayo.
and I had yeah, I was a naughty dude at school. I
Ayo,
was a naughty dude. So I had to improvise. I had to, find a way to make money. At first I thought that trading was, like you put in money, you take money out, like it's just as simple as that. Later on, it became clear to me that it was not. Also, what became clear to me later on was that it was not my kid. So, yeah, hectic times. 2016, 17 were hectic times, but we lived through them all. So,
guys, that is the issue living in Namibia. It's still a desert, and you see that's why the lads keep busy over the week. Listen, we've got another question here. Actually, two guys asked the same question. So you guys know how long Gianna has been trading. How long did it take you to actually become profitable? Where I would say, guys, so profitability is not about one day or 1 week. And there's also nothing wrong if you're in the break-even phase. Like, even if you, let's say, for instance, over a period of a year, you had wins, you had losses, but you were more or less maybe down a bit, but you were consistently in the market, that's also not a bad thing. You're already ahead of, I would say, 90% of the market. And then it's just small little things that you need to tweak, like maybe trading only one pair, or maybe trading a different time of the day, or only trading a set period of time. But in terms of you, Gianna, when would you say you hit that consistency between, say, a 6 and a 12-month period where you look back and you said, okay, my net losses and my net gain, I was net profitable for that period? When did you hit that level?
Okay, so you actually explained it perfectly. I always say that I don't see, there's no moment that just automatically clicks for you to become profitable. It happens over a period of time, and then you identify that the change in withdrawals, the change in probably lifestyle, the change in all of these things, the way you approach the market, how many times do you hit TP, how many times do you hit stop loss. And I would confidently say that 2021 on the bullish rise, so most people that know me know that I only trade US30. I don't touch another chart. I don't look at another chart. If I'm not trading US30, I'm not trading anything. So on the bullish momentum 2022/2021, that was basically when I was more profitable than any other era in my life. Last year, 2022, was my most losing year of my life, because for some reason I was going against the war and the effects of the war of Russia-Ukraine. And that was my most losing period, looking for the reversal for us to go into. Remember, we had higher highs. US30 reached new highs. NASDAQ reached new highs. So we were looking for that again. I mean, 2 years of bullish impulses or bullish movement could push your mindset so much into a more bullish bias overall. And that's what I was chasing in 2022. So yeah, that was basically caused a bit of a stumble. But my most profitable year, when I started actually becoming profitable, was the beginning of 2021. So it took me a good 4 years, a good 3 years to actually, get the skill, manage or control my emotions, manage my risk properly, and so on. And then just identifying or knowing or just accepting that what I know right now is not it. There's definitely more to what I know right now, and you'll always be a student of the market. So never place yourself above the market, and that's what I had to come to terms with.
Another question in the chat: do you look at previous weekly levels to determine the direction of the new week?
I would say more daily levels than weekly levels, because weekly is a lot. I mean, there are 52 weeks, so you can only look about 30 weeks, 30 candles back right now. So I will say that I look more on a daily level to my previous highs, previous rejection levels, previous price levels, very important as well, and then to identify a certain direction in the market. And then obviously I do use DXY, hence me asking you for on your bias on DXY. I use DXY as well as the inverse correlation that happens there for more or less direction on US30 or yeah.
Another question here, Jeremy, so he trades live funds, but I'm going to go to Jeremy Liberty's question. Why did you sign with Volt Markets?
Okay, so personally I love a broker that I can touch, that I can feel, that I can see in person. And with Volt Markets Namibia coming to Namibia, or Volt Markets coming to Namibia, I just knew that I hate waiting for withdrawal and then I have to email these guys and I have to wait for them to respond. So it was just much better for me to work with the people I work with in person. And plus, withdrawals are ASAP. It's like if I need money right now, I can get money right now. And yeah, so, and also the micro account is amazing. I don't trade standard, unfortunately. I don't trade standard. I trade micro accounts because of my background. I came from a broker that is basically very closely correlated to Volt Markets micro account. And it also taught me to have more patience in the market than looking for those quick 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 bucks. So Volt Markets, definitely the best broker in Namibia, best and only broker in Namibia right now, biggest in South Africa, and we're growing. So that's why I stayed with Volt Markets.
Jeremy asked, how did you reinvest your 500k back into a live account or not?
Now remember, guys, this was 2021. I was 21 years old. I definitely bought myself a Golf 6 GTI, rammed it up against the pavement after 2 weeks. So yeah, I was stupid. I was young, I was naive. But at least what I did was I opened an ice company, so an ice making company. So I make ice and then sell it to garages, sell it to stores that need ice, events that need ice. They would purchase by me, and yeah, just something that's a bit more consistent than what the market is capable of.
Jade Pass, another question. What is your favorite strategy? Are you using smart money concepts? Do you use breakouts or zone to zone?
Okay, so when I was introduced to trading, I didn't know smart money concepts. I don't even think they were around that time. I was just not educated about it. ITC or ICT, something like that, and that's all new language to me. I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about when they're talking about that type of strategy. So my strategy that I use is basically things I made up on my own. So I would go back while I was back testing. I would, I have things called like a BRE, which is basically breakout, retest, enter, BRE. So as soon as the market breaks a certain level, I would wait for a retest. If it doesn't come, I don't enter. It's cool. I'll wait for tomorrow or the next one. BRE, I have MVDW, MVDM, and that's Mag van die M, Mag van die W. So it's basically the midsection of a double bottom, which it more or less always retests. I think US30 did that. Was it last year? Somewhere this year. And I actually caught a perfect trade on US30. But it had a proper double bottom, only came back later to the midsection of the double bottom. And that was my perfect buy entry. I held that trade and it did another W on top of that recently before we broke 34,500. So and then also with my price levels. So all of these things I put together and I just call it Giano strategy. So yeah, I don't really
Giano, it's saying the Mag. Obviously your surname's from Wyk. So do you guys speak Afrikaans, talk Afrikaans there in Namibia?
Yes, definitely. Ons praat Afrikaans, ons praat onze klomp tale wat ons praat, maar Afrikaans is die beste.
Great. Guys, any last questions? Manmat, he did make that from the micro. Remember, the micro is just the contract size that changes. It's not anything to do with the price. So the only thing that the micro is instead of you opening, say, a one lot being $100 per point, it is basically a one lot is $10 per point. So it's basically 10 times smaller than your regular account. I'm gonna have one or two more questions in the chat. Now's your time to chat to Giano. I'll
Throw
also,
them at me, guys.
Giano, I shared the Discord link as well. Feel free to join that. Feel free to share that to your community as well. It's completely free. We're not gonna sell you guys anything. The only thing we do sell is likes on the stream. And also, as I mentioned, to support the channel, feel free to sign up with the sign up link in the description if you want to support this channel. But other than that, one or two more questions for Giano. Take your time now. We're gonna wait a few more minutes.
I think in the meantime, while we wait for them so long, Giano, what are your favorite pairs to trade?
Like I said earlier,
Only
I'm
US
strictly
30.
US 30. Nothing else.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I've become so US 30 is like my wife for some reason. Like, I love this thing. She accepts me. She gives me a beating sometimes, but it's okay. We work through it, you know.
Neil van der Westhuizen asking, before I ask that question, Neil, looking good there in the gym. Neil is absolutely kicks. I think he's wanting to give you a run for his money. The man is getting jacked as a brick house here. But anyway, Neil van der Westhuizen, not family of US van der Westhuizen, but he asked how to improve as a trader. Any tips on how to improve as a trader?
Yeah, I would guess that, you know, coming to terms with a lot of things, and here's where psychology plays a role. Now, you should know that trading is 90% psychology and 10% analysis or technicals. So as soon it differs from person to person because not everyone's psyche is at the same level, but psychology was my main downfall. And as soon as I could learn to control my emotions, learn to control my greed, the fear of trading, fear of missing out on trades, all of these different factors, I looked at them individually and I had to evaluate myself, you know, audit myself and see, okay, where's your weak points, where's your strong points, you know, work on the weak points and, you know, solidify the strong points. And that's what I would give advice to anyone. Not that I'm the GOAT or anything, but that definitely helped me become a better trading version of myself. So by all means, use that. Look at yourself deeply and
Giano, Neil also asking, how did you overcome like the difficult days or the difficult periods of where you potentially wanted to give up, or you felt like I'm not seeing the light? And it's like we've all been there, but how did you get through that?
Oh, I cried, Neil. I cried, my ears, my eyes out. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy, you know, taking losses or taking hits. You feel broken down, but that's the thing about this market. The market breaks you down to a low level, but then builds you up so high that you won't even remember the times when you were low. So definitely allow all of this. Allow your bad days. Allow your good days. You know, also realizing your bad days, realizing that you have good days. Not every day is a trading day, guys, and it's fine to accept that. And also another thing I did, I unfollowed all of these Instagram traders.
Nice.
Nothing against anyone, but it just messes with my psychology because it gives you FOMO immediately. You see X person making 100,000 and you're in a loss. Immediately you feel that could have been me, that should have been me. And I saw the negativity in it, I identified it, and I cut it. It's
That
like,
was
work
that
on
was
your
one
weak
of
point.
that was actually one of the things I suggested to you, because I still told Joanna, it even messed me up, seeing somebody making X amount of money or driving, say, a other car, and immediately you want to try and compare yourself to it. And now
Exactly.
the thing is, now you want to rush your process to get where that individual is, but you're not on the same journey. Your journey is completely different to the other traders' journey. So that is also, I think in the office I said, it's not even just a suggestion I give to other traders. It's something I had to suggest to myself, because subconsciously now it messes you up. And this is also where I started stream hopping not stream hopping, strategy hopping years ago. I was consistently profitable, knocking out my little singles in the market, and then I saw some of these guys hitting like massive 20-30 RR trades, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck am I doing, hitting like a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 consistently? And that's when I started looking into different strategies and this and that. And the thing is, if you are consistent, cut out everything else. Like if you see a guy posting some sniper entry, this, that, forget about it. Like you are on your own journey. Do what works and what you are comfortable with, and something that you can knock out every single week, every single day. There's no FOMO, there's no emotion attached, because once you execute with that confidence on the same setup, on the same time of day, every day you trade, then that starts reaffirming, and it becomes a habit. Success then becomes a habit. So one or two, Neil, when you say I am there now, are you wanting to stream up, or where are you? Give us some feedback while we wait for him.
I think he's talking about like when you like down in the markets a bit, like how you the difficult days and stuff. I think that's what he's referring to.
Listen, you guys, one more question. Bron, being so young in the industry, Joanna, how did you explain to your family that you wanted to trade for a living?
What are you trying to do? Go to school, study, go find a proper job.
I think we've all gone
What?
through this conversation.
Yeah, no. I get that question a lot, and it actually took me a long time to convince them that this thing is actually good, because I needed to be profitable for them to believe that this thing is profitable. So it was a whole internal thing that I had to battle. But at the end of the day, when I started, supporting financially, I started helping my grandma out. I started helping my mom out from these trading profits, and that immediately then just, now they want to give me the money to trade. Now I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I'm good. I'll just share my profits with you.
My mom
Yeah,
actually cried the day I quit my job as a structural engineer, and she literally phoned me 5 days in a row crying, saying go back. Her exact words are like, hoekom wil jy nou 'n gambler word? Nou wil jy gamble elke dag. That were exact words, saying that I'm now going to become a gambler, quitting my 9 to 5. Giano, I really appreciate it. If you've got any message to send to the guys, we will clip a lot of this. You will see a lot more of Giano. We'll potentially plan something for Namibia as well, with what we are launching now in the coming weeks. Hopefully next week, otherwise in the coming weeks, something that we are partnering with Vault Markets, something that I feel the industry needs. Yo.
Yeah, before we let Jano go, I wanted to start something here. So, with all these YouTubers and things going on, I think Chris and I actually saw this the other day, and that's where I'm getting this idea from, is if we had to now say, with these Instagram traders, if you were put in a boxing match, who do you think you would win against?
Yeah, I like to go against Jason Noah if I'm
Hey.
or you're talking about the Instagram traders. You're talking about the Instagram traders. No. About the Instagram traders, I don't want to mention names. That's the problem.
Like
I don't
guys,
wanna-
we're not saying this for beef now and stuff like this. It's more just
yes,
a
please,
fun
no
thing.
beef. No beef, guys. But,
I would
but
want to box. I would want to box Raja Banks. I'll fly to Pakistan or wherever he is and knock his teeth out. So I'm just letting you know, Raja Banks would be the first guy I would smack if there was a YouTube boxing stream.
Yeah, no, for Jason, no, I have to get jacked first. These pipes are way too small.
No, I think we was actually Keeks later on. We should actually do something like maybe for charity, like traders sizing each other up.
Yeah, I think I can take on Keegan. You know, he looks. We're about the same age. Looks a bit taller than I am, but
guys,
yeah,
I think it could be a fair fight.
Listen, I don't know if you guys know, but Keegan fought in the EFC. I think he was junior champ for 2 years. So I see a lot of these other guys flexing on Instagram, but my bodyguard is sitting here and he will literally deck you. And he's a strong boy, so you can fight, and he's a tank. So we don't need guns. The weapons are. But anyway, Joanna, I'm gonna love and leave you. You've got 15 minutes to set up for your tea time. Enjoy the golf. I hope you've got a great day, great weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, feel free to join, to follow Giano on Instagram. I will pop his socials on my Instagram as well and on this video. Giano, feel free to share the Discord link. I sent it to you on Instagram. We want to try and build the Discord community as well. And then again, guys, not saying too much, but either next week or the week after that, another big announcement coming. But Giano, really appreciate it. All of the best for the weekend, man, and we'll keep in touch. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. Huge honor to be on the podcast. I watch you guys every morning and I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. Keep up the good work. All the best with the launch. Happy to see another building pop up. Hey.
No, appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks, brother.
Appreciate it, big man.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man. All right, guys, that was Giano in the building. Giano, you can just leave the Zoom chat. You're taking up space here. Go tee off. That was Giano. Really solid guy, nice guy that I had the opportunity last year of having on the podcast. And yeah, also chatted to me, was doing well, but had one or two things that he needed to change, and we talked about it. We literally, I think, 1 or 2 sessions just tweaked what he was doing, and his results absolutely exploded, and doing very well in Namibia. Shout out to the guys from Namibia on the stream as well. Beautiful place. Like I said, it was almost like a home for me for almost 6-8 months while we were doing that project there. Every 2 weeks I was in Namibia for a couple of days. So beautiful place. Also have a very good friend that played for Namibia. Neil, referring to the idea that sometimes I feel frustrated if I'm taking a loss and feel like crying. Also the idea that one of my mistakes that you guys just point out is comparing myself to others. Think Giano could go against Sanos. Hey, listen, Sanos is a unit. I think Giano is a little bit light for Sanos. I think even I'm a little bit light for Ricardo. When you see him in real life, Sanos is a unit. He's not a small guy. Giano the GOAT. Why Raja? Jade Pass. That's a topic for another day. I don't wanna be negative here on the stream, but yeah, let's just leave it at that. But I would love to go against him. Are you looking at GU today, guys? So yeah, we are looking for potential longs from the daily pivot here. Otherwise, from the Asia highs, USD ZAR, I was looking for shorts from these Asia lows. A little bit late to the party here. We obviously had a guest on, but the idea would have looked something like this, about a 38 pip stop there, and potentially targeting, I would even say, this 19 Rand level all the way down there. A little bit late, I'm not gonna rush it now. Gold, as mentioned, either buys above the Asia high, or we're going to be looking for sells at the Asia high if we fail there again. Pound yen, I was looking at to potentially enter longs as the 80s started pushing bullish. We had the break above the daily pivot. We had this almost engulfing that previous candle, the retest holding here. Also the round number 184 right there, as we mentioned at the start of the stream. But again, it is Friday. We had a guest on. I don't want to rush anything, because with a trade like this, it's maybe now a good time to chat about it. But with a trade like this, where the pivot is sitting very close to the Asia high and also the session high, it becomes very tricky in terms of how you manage it. So Neil, you can attest to this, and all of the other guys on stream as well. I have mentioned that session highs, you're either going to get a lot of liquidity being run, so you're going to either push very hard through it and run away, or you are going to reject. So in this case, if I was in this trade right here after that 5-minute closed, the first thing I wanted to do was monitor the Asia highs and see whether we reject. Even now, let's say if I was in the trade, I would want to see next what we do on the retest. If we do something like this on the retest, that is not a good trade for me. If we do something like this, create like a support, then break the support, then I would get out. But if we hold the retest, very solid trade. I think this thing can run to the upside. So USD JPY also potentially setting up here. But guys, I have had a lot of water to drink. Discord link, San Helsing, coming right up. There's your Discord link. I'm just gonna run to the toilet, 2 minutes. I'll be back Monday to Friday. Be sure to like the stream, follow us on Instagram, link in the description. See you guys in a minute or two.
No, Bron. Yeah, let me just quickly go over to gold. Funny enough, so Chris and I were actually talking about this earlier. I am actually bullish on gold, but the thing is, everything at the moment is pointing to a sell. So it's kind of, today's literally gonna be a day of reaction. So for example, right now, like we're talking, it is at R2. It also was rejected of Asia highs, so it is going down again. Keep in mind this is correlated to the dollar. So when we do look over at the dollar index, that has retested its weekly resistance and found support, and that is now broken above the Asia lows again to go back to Asia highs. The dollar is in quite a strong, as Chris even mentioned, has the possibility of going a lot higher. So personally, I'd even say do like 105 flat. So again, correlating that over to gold, then gold would sell off. But when I'm doing a technical analysis, I am more bullish on gold. So at this point in time, for me, actually, what I would love in an ideal world is I have a setup close to about 1932. Is quite I'd say most probable sell area for me. So I'll probably wait for NYE, depending. We have quite a busy day today, so it would be if I can be by my setup or not. But like I said, so that might initially be that little bit of a bullish push that I'm wanting. But again, the bigger and proper move will be the sell-off. So yeah, it will just be basically reacting off different zones type of day.
Guys, very tempted here with UJ, but GJ was the play. Anyways, let's see how it goes.
Come, Chris, we all know you want to press that button again.
Yes, I want to press it, dude. You don't know how badly I want to press the button and get involved here.
So that you were looking at, you want to go long.
On GJ, yeah. But
when you literally did the analysis, didn't you want to go short?
On GJ?
Yeah.
My only thing with GJ on the daily is we already took the lows of yesterday and we flipped bullish. So very likely that was the liquidity being grabbed. And also if you look left here, we basically retested this previous breakout area.
Yeah, no, the reason I'm saying this, because actually funny enough, I was going to say it was going to be another round of the daily wage, was because I'm pretty sure earlier you were talking about you are short on the yen pairs, where, for example, GJ and EJ for myself, I'm actually looking at going long on both of them.
Yeah, so same, yeah. So I started off, my idea was if we are going to break, say, below this 50 area and not get through this Asia highs and back above the pivot. But then obviously we had a flip here around about at the open. You can see that we started breaking above the 200. So that's when I said, okay, no, look, I need to start looking for longs on this. And this was around about 20 past. Also, one of the other reasons I didn't execute on this was that I wanted this candle here. Let me just show you guys. I actually had this marked on my broker terminal. I wanted this candle here to actually close. I wanted this candle to close above that area. So if this candle, for instance, the body was something like this, I would have executed. But I've seen it also a lot of times where it does not break structure, bullish like that, and then the next candle does something like this. So that's also one of the reasons I didn't do it. Is it possible to grow an account with Volt Micro? Definitely, Manmat. It is possible to grow any account. If you've got the patience and you've got a plan, a trade plan, a risk management plan, you can grow any size account. You guys enjoyed the chat with Giano? I think it was good. I really enjoyed it. We are still looking for some guests. We've got Jay Froneman. I must just check on the list. When we've got... Geek, sorry, just ask Caitlin, when do we have Jay on?
The 6th of October.
Alright, so
At 9.
So the 6th of October, we've got Jay Froneman on. I have yet to get anyone else in between. We're still chopping up a lot of the other content that we did with Carl. That's going to be rolling out in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then we're going to chop up a lot of what we did now with Giano. And then we're going to get Jay on. And we actually have Jay in the office next week Friday here in the Port Elizabeth office, 189 Cape Road. Check the socials from Monday. We're gonna put it out for you guys to RSVP. We'll maybe get some snacks, get some drinks for afterwards on the Friday. And we've got Jay in the house. And he didn't buy his McLaren with subscriber money or selling signals or selling a robot. I'm just putting it out there. But we will most probably also launch a robot that doesn't work. We'll sell it to thousands of people. We'll buy McLarens and then we'll promote it. Almost, yeah, it was good. Giano, a very nice guy that we had on. And next Friday, Keegan is taking steer of the ship. Every Friday, he will be heading up the stream. He'll be sitting in the hot chair here. I will be sitting in his chair. And he will be hosting the Friday sessions as well as the guests we get on. So be sure to check that out as well, Keegan, next week Friday.
I think another one, just to obviously get some hype around, is I did obviously speak to him. He is key to come on whenever we can fit him, is Garen. And for those of you that don't know, that haven't seen our socials about the whole account challenge we are doing at the moment, Garen is someone, he is a South African trader who has actually done a very, very similar trade in the past. He's got all the documentary and photos, videos, everything to back it all up. He has actually successfully completed a very similar challenge to what we were doing. So it'll be quite interesting to get him on the stream as well.
On that note, Keegan, just tell Caitlin to make contact with him so we can get Garen on maybe in 2 weeks' time.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, guys, my challenge is going rough. I'm sitting at 1,200. Took that loss on Nasdaq yesterday. I showed you guys I was buying this level down here. Literally pipped me out. Could have been a nice bag. I was expecting price to pull back, which it did. Could have been a very nice, what is this? Could have been a nice flip of the account. But we'll get there. These first steps of a trading challenge is quite tough, not gonna lie. Very little margin for error.
Yeah, Chris, just a quick one. So 2 weeks time, obviously I'm not in the office. That is when we will be in Pretoria. So I mean, obviously I can still jump on from while I'm there.
Do you want to do it
want
next
to do
week?
it when I'm back?
You want to do it next week?
If we're free next week, we can do it.
Yeah, let's try next week. Let Caitlin ask him for next week.
Perfect.
What challenge are you talking about, Vinny Chimza? Vinny, we are trying to take $100 or 2,000 Rand to, I'm saying $1 million. I don't know. We obviously just want to see how far we get with it up until the end of the year. or if we blow it before the end of next week. Find out in the next episode. So yeah, it's just a small account challenge. But in terms of the prop firms, there's something coming that is cooking, and I think that is all I'm going to say. That is all that I'm going to say. But watch the space in the coming weeks. Potentially next week even. Alright guys, USD JPY hourly close strong, bullish. I am going to look for some potential buys. As you can see, nice little break of structure there on the hourly. 5 minute. The only thing I'm waiting for now is once we pull back, retest the Asia highs, we get a nice break above this daily pivot, something like that. Breaking the structure to the left, I will be looking for longs. So just gonna set my alerts. 147.42, that is where I will be looking long. Are you waiting for mad charts, prop firm? Why are you not waiting for our prop firm? That is the question, Ronald. I think I've given too much there, but yeah, watch the space, guys. Who will be the first funded trader that's on the streams? What's the story with FX Goats and their prop firm? I don't know. Is there a story, Amos? Let me know what's happening there. FX Goat. I don't think I follow them on Instagram. Let me just see if I follow FX Goats. FX. What are the RJ and FX Goat? But I don't know. FX Goat. Do they have a prop firm? Or what do you mean? Yeah, I had. It's a scam. Rydell made a video about them recently. What's the story with? Did the FX Goats have a prop firm? I didn't even know that. Yeah, I don't follow them. Rydell made a video about them recently. Interesting, interesting. Neela, did you take this GJ buy? I know Neil was in this. Let me look at the 15. 100% Neil was in this. On the 15, nice break of structure there above the pivot. On that close. Gigs, nice retest on US30 Asia highs.
I am watching it, don't you worry.
I was honestly hoping for like some type of double bottom here. All right, guys, last bullet for me for the week. Potentially need to close above here. Otherwise, no bullet. FX Goat and Consummate Traders prop. Now they're using that Nigerian prop firm. Hey guys, I don't know. All I'm saying is be very vigilant out there. Do your due diligence when you look at using a broker, using a prop firm, all of that. Please guys, be vigilant. Bots, you know what my feeling is on trading robots that don't work. Save your money, learn the skill. We've got a Discord channel, we've got the live streams. We're sitting here with you guys every single day. Ask questions, engage with the community. I am here to help you guys. Keegan is here to help you guys. As far as we can, we will try and help. We're not trying to shill you out of any money. I think we should get Rydell Fix on as a guest. What do you guys rate Rydell? I've got a lot of respect for the guy. I think we should get Rydell on as well. What do you guys rate? Get right? I don't know. The only issue is if your channel and your following is still small, it is difficult to get some guys on, but I'll try with Rydell. His YouTube channel obviously took off quite nicely. I followed him, I think on Instagram when he had like 50 followers. His YouTube channel had maybe like 200. So it's very nice to see his growth. Yeah, the word disingenuous. He loves that word. Alright, there's the pullback on US City. US City.
Come on, Chris, press the button.
Yes, dude, I've got like maybe one bullet and then a little pipe dream left if I take a knock now on that challenge account. Guys, should we get Rydell Fix on here? Let's make it happen. Let me send Rydell a message right now on Instagram. Who else would you guys want us to get on here that's not a scammer? I don't want to get scammers on here. Especially not that local scammer that lives here in Port Elizabeth with his fake bodyguards. I don't know if you guys saw that pic I posted last night where the bodyguard had a camera around his neck. Kicks it, you know you can do dual duty. You're a cameraman and you're a bodyguard.
Yes, I don't even want to know how much he's paying for those services.
You've got a camera crew that's doubling up as bodyguards. My goodness, what a joke!
No,
But
he's got to quickly just put his grenade launcher on the floor so he can take a photo for you.
guys, so I just want to say this, and maybe it offends a lot of people, but firstly, if somebody posts something on Instagram and they block the comments, but they've got 190,000 or 180,000 followers and there's only 4 comments on a post, why do you think they block the comments on that post? Because people are calling them out for their scams. So that's why you only have 3 or 4 comments and a guy's got 190,000 followers. Second thing is, if you're posting stuff and there's 1 comment on it and you've blocked the comments, for instance, a account flip or something that you're shilling like a bot or whatever it is, there's a reason for blocking the comments. So just be level-headed when you go into something and check what the comments are saying. If somebody's blocking the comments, run away. 100% disingenuous, as Rydell would say.
There we go. My USDT is coming back for me.
Are you gonna buy Asia lows?
I want literally my entry I had yesterday.
Oh, I
I'm
check.
gonna re-enter the same spot, and I'm just gonna ride it out.
What is this? USD JPY, but on the broker feed it's not above. Guys, so this technically looked like it closed above, but on my broker feed it closed below this level. Let's see if I can zoom in here on the broker feed. Scale fix, let's see. Oh no, definitely closed below on the broker feed, 42. I'm looking to long this. My only thing that I don't like is that we potentially missed our entry, and on my broker terminal this candle literally closed just below that level. And also what I don't like is how we just shot up straight. And you see these little stair steps that we're creating now, like these little consolidations. See how it's struggling to get up? I would have rather liked something like this going up. but this I don't know. I like to see Jay Froman, but I know you said that's already in the pipeline. Yeah, so we've already booked Jay. If you are in Port Elizabeth, you can actually join us next week, Friday. I think we're only going to open up about 17 spots. 17 spots for next week. It's not going to be a course. It's more going to be like a workshop, a trading workshop. We're going to get Jay on to chat about what he went through. He's gone through a lot of strategies as well. He's basically improvised a very mechanical strategy when it comes to his trading, so we're going to go through that. Jeevan, that's also in the office, also part of his community. I think it's based around SMC. It's like a SMC based strategy, and also just the psychology of trading. He's had some very big payouts from prop firms, and how he literally went, because remember, Jay does not come from a trading background. He started off as an e-commerce, like drop shipping YouTuber, and then started dabbling in the trading. So very interesting shift.
As someone like he literally started at the basics of trading. So he's, me and him were in school together, known the guy forever. He's actually the guy who got me into trading, and we bumped our heads a lot in the beginning. And I mean, like, we were the basics. It was the basics of trading.
Starting with the signals group.
Not even a signals group. So originally when we started, myself and Jay, basically, we made like a group of us in PE who were all friends, all were like onto this whole thing of trading. Like, we're gonna get rich, and it was about 6 of us on the group, and we just were friends that whole thing of we're gonna go to the top together. And if we saw something, we'd tell the group, and we would all trade together. And when I mean, it was literally that case of a double bottom, a double top, a triple bottom, a flying wedge, a falling wedge. It was literally just formations. Like, that is it. That is what we traded.
But be honest,
like the EMAs.
But be honest, the flying wedge was dope.
It was like you actually, like, when I say this, guys, I mean, even as simple as that was, we did make money. But then we blew it.
Yeah.
So, like, the stuff does work to a point, but I feel that's where things get a little bit more advanced. Like, then you want the confluencies to, like, add to it to make it more of a high probable setup, not just purely taking the strategy off a pattern.
I honestly thought, weirdly enough, that Jay was a scammer. The first time I went on his stuff, I'm like, how did this guy go from e-commerce to trading? And I was like, what the heck? And then I actually saw, like, he was putting out a lot of content and helping a lot of guys. Also remember, putting stuff out on YouTube takes time and effort, and not necessarily trying to even monetize the videos, but just putting any type of content out for free. Guys fail to realize the value in that, and even the time it takes somebody sitting down, shooting a video, basically compiling it, then cutting it, editing it, and putting it out for you to consume. That's why I respect anybody that brings value and not necessarily gatekeeps it. So even though he does have a community, he puts out a lot of free content as well. And even like next week, him joining us in the office, he's not charging any money for it. He's actually doing us a favor. We asked him, there's a lot of guys that want to meet you as well. So he really does good work. Yeah, Jay has really been clapping it.
No, he is. And you know what my thing is, like, again, he is someone that people, that typical trading story, they see the success now, they see the car, they see all these things, and someone where like you personally were along for the journey, like you see him progress. And it was the sleepless nights, it was multiple blown accounts, it was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rands blown, but like literally kept at it, trying to learn the skill, putting the hours in, and now he's reaping the rewards.
Yeah, guys, don't give up. Like we've said before, we are rooting for all of you. And I honestly cannot tell you that there's going to be one day where everything clicks. It is literally just following a plan, trusting the process, and it's almost like you trying to learn how to cycle. Think about it, the first time you had training wheels on and all of a sudden it became normal. And you want to get your trading to that stage where it literally just becomes normal to you. You take your setups, you take your money, you go. Not a case of you still trying to figure out a lot of things. It just becomes second nature as to how you go about the process. And it is completely fine if you're still figuring out stuff. But there also comes a time when you need to sit and execute on a plan. And I think where a lot of guys get stuck is they're trying everything, but they never commit to one strategy. It's like, no, I'll commit one of these days. I just want to test out these other 15 strategies, these 10 bots, these 20 signal groups. And even then, I don't think there's any signals group out there that is profitable. Show me one signals group that's profitable over a 3, 6, 9, 12 month period. Keegan, I was thinking about it. We should actually, that's also good content, not trying to bash anybody, but do like a signals group review, where we basically subscribe to a signals group. We can have like a criteria, let's say like 5 things that we look at, like just the overall look and feel of, let's say for instance, the brand or the website. Secondly, like the customer support, the process of paying. And then thirdly, the actual group of how the signals are sent out. Is it sent out in like an orderly fashion? Is it easy to use?
You know what I think would be a good idea is, obviously we have like the 2 of us there, and for example, you take the trades and I fade the trades, and we see who's more successful.
I obviously want to fade it as well, so but we can do that. And then I think we should then have honest reviews. And if something is good, guys, like the entire thing with our community we're building is to try and give you guys good opportunities. So if there's somebody out there that's got a signals group that is doing well, like, we'll promote the guy. Like, if we can help you guys or help another business in the trading industry that's doing well, by all means. So I think we should actually look at that. doing honest reviews, help the community out, and we'll have a guide as well, almost like a green list and a red list. So if you know of any signals groups, we'll pay for it. Or if you want to promote your signals business, let us in. We'll do an honest review. We're not going to bash anybody. We're just going to take facts, go through the user experience, and yeah, that way the community can get involved. Geeks, is there any signals group that you think we should test first?
100% beast mode.
Mr. Beast,
Mr. Beast.
the Indian Beast from KZN.
I also want a Ferrari. So I'm gonna take these signals, and I also want to be making 300,000-400,000 a trade.
Alright guys, so there we've got our, let me just write that down, our first signals group we're going to test out. Joash Naidu, you are the lucky winner today. Joash Naidu will be the first signals group we test out.
And I already know our second one is
Who's our second one?
Mr. Nasdaq himself.
Mr. Nas Billionaire.
Who wants to be a billionaire?
Let me write this down. So Joash, I love Mr. J Money himself, the pastor / entrepreneur trader. And it seems like they are killing it, Geeks. So potentially $1 million. But will come soon. Like me, I have 6 years theory and no life practice, but will come soon. Alright guys, Joash Naidu. We will give an honest review on him. Where are we now? The 8th. Starting Monday, I will subscribe over the weekend. Joash, we will be testing out his signals next week. Keegan, to give them a fair chance, you think we should test it out for like 2 weeks?
Well, I think let's see how many signals I put out.
No, he puts out a signal every day, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, we can say 2 weeks, but if I've taken a loss every single signal in the first week, I'm not even doing the second week.
Okay, so guys, here's the criteria. We will be taking the signals for 2 weeks, but if we get clapped the first week every single day, we'll give our verdict. So
what I'm just thinking about now,
what?
next week Wednesday is CPR, so you can have your signal for CPR.
Oh great, yeah. How do you get involved with the beast? Is it beast signals? What does it call it?
I have no clue. He's always forever changing the names.
All right, signals or robot link. Let me see if I can get.
Oh my word! Please look at Chef's comment.
My advice to you for J Money signal: please just take 1 week. Chef, talk to me. I'm on a signals group. You need a massive account to hold that. Can we add Jason Noah to that list? I don't know. Does Jason Noah have signals?
I don't know if he does signals. I know he does the whole trade NFP, trade CPR with him. I know those things, but I don't know if he has a signals group. Well, not that I know of.
J Money, Joash Naidu, the one and only Poloni from Benoni with his role. Alright, so guys, from the website, I like his website, but I will do all of this in a video. I see he's got a website, signals. The website looks very clean. Joash looks very fresh. I have to give it to you. If you are Indian or Asian, I envy your hair. All the Indians and Asians, their hair is always, yo, I don't know, bro. Have you seen Asians? Their hair is like smooth and it's easy to style. 1 month, 700 Rand per month. Get now. Let's check the. Okay, so his checkout process is not great. I have to go to a chat on WhatsApp. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm in a chat. Okay, maybe I'll screen record this. Let me not do it now. Jay Sizzle, the other one. So we've got Joe Ash. Then does Billionaire have signals, Keeks? No, but I don't.
Definitely has signals.
No, I don't even want to. Yeah, okay, let's. Nasdaq. Billionaire, yeah, in Port Elizabeth. That's the second guy. This is a really good idea. Will be cool to do a few YouTube shorts and Instagram posts about the reviews. Yeah, I think it's good. Like, I think it's almost like I don't know if you guys have seen the pizza reviews that Dave Portnoy does, and it actually supports the businesses. The ones that are doing well will get supported. The ones that are not doing well. Trading with Chantal as well. Who's Chantal? Almost, let me know. Does Rydell trade or is he a content? No, Rydell's more a content creator and almost, I would say, like the Forex police in South Africa. So he does, I don't think he necessarily tests out signals or mentorships, but if you are scamming or doing something, he'll blitz you up. He'll be lit up very quickly. Did you check J Money's new broker, Rocket X? Where's that? What's the thoughts on Rocket X? Bron, where can I see Rocket X? Is that the new broker for J Rizzle? Rocket X. My goodness. Keeks, it almost seems like a spin-off from Rocket 21. They also have the astronaut and stuff.
No, I wouldn't even be surprised.
How do you guys know this is J Money's broker? J Rizzle, Rocket X. Oh, I'll check, yeah. Follow Rocket X. Joe Ash Naidu. Ayo. Ayo. Oh, so that's that campaign they were on. Let's rock it. Alright, the boys are rocketing. Morning guys, late today. I had load shedding from 8 to 10 this morning. Ricochet, good morning man. We're just seeing the guys loading some rockets here. No, I don't bash anything, guys. I go in with it with an open mind. But we're gonna test out Jay Rizzle's signals, and feel free to let us know what other. I feel it's some good content. I don't think anyone is doing it. And talking of him, did you check out his new Ferrari? Yes, that is a beautiful Ferrari. Not gonna lie, well done. Well done, Joe Ash, on the Ferrari. What a car. What a car to have. So it is going to be interesting. But dude, I think I'll need to get a micro account. From what I see here, the Oak's saying that you need a big account for those J Money bombs. So let me know in the chat who has actually taken his signals. Talk to me. Who's taken J Money signals in the chat? Chef, from the sound from the sounds of it, you got clapped a little bit there. His stop loss is bigger than his TP. Alright. So he gives a stop loss. We could potentially be exiting the matrix from next week. I'm not going to take his signals on my challenge account, that's for sure. Trade with Chantal. Let me see what other... Trade with Chantal. Africa's Amos. How is Chantal doing? Must we test her out as well? Trade with Chantal. Free trial. 1 to 5 signals per day. 89% success rate. My goodness. Absolute trading monsters out here. She's a signal supplier. Almost, have you traded with her? What's the feedback on Chantal? Let me know. Can we try and get Justin Paulson on to talk about his return? I actually want to try and do like a full-on podcast with him. I wouldn't get him on the stream. I'll actually fly out to Cape Town. But I'm working on that. We'll potentially very soon do that. He doesn't use a stop loss, but he can go into drawdown for over 1,000 pips but close once he hits 400 pips on US30. Thus, he is so against traders, KK. That's why he is so against traders. Who's against traders? Use a demo for this challenge. Guys, also look into perhaps interviewing Shikhar Maharaj from Nas Boys. He's quite good on Nasdaq. Rika, what is his Instagram handle? Guys, I'm not taking this no. Session highs failing here. It could run, it's Friday. I'm not keen for it. I just want to check out whose signals we are taking next week for the signal reviews. Shikhar. Maharaj. I think I've seen him, yeah. Jesse's got some very nice cars. Shikhar. Damn, he's got some very nice cars. Yeah, I'll follow him now. Nas Boys. Rika, have you used these signals before? Yeah, on a free Telegram signal where she does the advertisement and she only posts Nasdaq but always share what's happening on VIP. Manmat. Who are you referring to when you say that's why he is so against traders? Who are you referring to there? And shout out to Jack's Bagels at Port Elizabeth Golf Club. What a pleasant surprise yesterday, meeting some of the guys from Jack's Bagel. Guy was saying my name and I'm like, how the heck does this oak know me? And he was one of the viewers. Okay, so we've got a few guys on here. We've got Trade with Chantal as well. We can maybe potentially do this series over a period of a week or two. Just hold on, I've got a quick call right here.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I think on that note, it is Friday. I'm not gonna take anything. I really appreciate you guys for joining this week. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Start of the World Cup tonight. Official launch of Vault Markets Port Elizabeth tonight as well. And before we leave, there's something that I want to leave you guys with. And some of you are too young for this, but some of you would know this. An old classic. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys, and we will see you next week, Monday. And every Friday, Bok Friday, you'll actually see the Springbok logo on the stream as well. And we're bringing some classic bangers out here. Keegan, do you know this?
Yeah, no.
Kiwis. Anosa. Anna. Mavazi mana.
Alright guys, see you all next week. Be sure to support your team over the weekend. And we will see you guys next week.